Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles this Friday, April 18th. Before we begin, please remember to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Now, today, we'll be talking about foreign tour guides bribing their way out of trouble. An AI-powered Robocop debuting over Songkran, and a little later, controversy over Russian involvement at an Indonesian naval base. But before we get into it, Jay, would you give us a word from our sponsor?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed yet, this show is brought to you by EC Markets. We've got a mug now. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. EC Markets, ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking about trading in crypto or anything really, indices or crude oil, traditional... Forex.
Forex,
then EC Markets is a place to be. Public disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen. Do it at your own risk. It can be risky, but we are not financial experts. But if you wanted a place to do it, EC Markets is a place to go.
Indeed. Thank you, EC Markets, for sponsoring the show. All right. Well, let's get into it. Our first story. It's all about that building collapse that happened over at Chatuchak Market. Parliament is investigating the Billion-Baht building collapse after the earthquake. The grilling is on. A Billion-Baht government building in Bangkok collapsed after the earthquake, prompting a corruption investigation. Lawmakers have summoned Auditor General Montine to answer questions on April 30th, which is coming up. Critics, including MPs Chalad and Rokchanok, allege that the State Audit Office, or SAO, used inferior materials and approved costly, unnecessary extras like imported carpets and a mini theater while cutting corners on structural safety. The 2 billion baht project was controversially funded from SAO's reserves rather than through official budget channels, avoiding standard scrutiny. The incident has reignited debate over systemic corruption in Thailand's public sector. So the MPs are getting a lot of press out of this, and this Auditor General is in some hot water. Deservedly so, you would imagine. If they were really cutting corners, that's something that we need to know about, because a lot of people died in this incident. People demanding answers, and I hope that we'll get some.
All right. For now, we're going to move on to our next story, which is regarding Thai influencer Uncle Tony, who faces legal action over offensive pork video. He's been a naughty boy. Thai influencer Uncle Tony is facing legal trouble after posting a video promoting his restaurant while wearing traditional Arab clothing and preparing roasted pork, a food forbidden in Islam. The video sparked outrage, especially among Thailand's Muslim community, and prompted the Islamic Committee Office of Phetchabun to begin collecting evidence for a formal complaint. Now, though Uncle Tony deleted the video and issued a public apology, the committee insists the issue is too serious to settle with just an apology. And legal experts say that he could face charges under Thai laws concerning religious defamation and public offense. What is too far?
Apparently this. Look, this is one of the issues, and it happens with religious groups all over the world, is getting very offended, I guess. I guess I shouldn't say too offended. But I think that I'm not sure exactly what his intent was here, whether this was supposed to be good-natured in its execution. But
look, let's be honest, Thailand has a legitimate problem with ignorant racism. They don't mean to be racist. They just end up being racist. And that's also due to a lack of understanding of what's appropriate and culture and I guess education in racism from a younger age. I've faced a lot of racism. A lot of people have faced a lot of racism. I never got offended because I knew they didn't mean it. They like jokes and like unintentional comments. Like, Thai people are generally awesome. They're so sweet. They're so nice. But the racism point, racism is racism.
There's laws on the books here too about religious defamation, right? Like unlike countries like America and the UK and a lot of Western countries where there's sort of absolute notion of freedom of speech, and something like this you wouldn't be facing legal consequences. There might be cultural backlash, but here in Thailand, apparently that is something to watch out for.
Well,
but
this Uncle Tony's an influencer, so they're going to try to make an example out of it. I mean, the amount of views and clicks to get a message across. I mean, is it even worth a fine? I mean, I don't know.
He apologized too.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's remorse.
Find,
He took down the video. Blah blah blah.
Like, everyone's going to get offended by something, right? I get it, and I understand why the Muslim community is mad at it, but
yeah,
I don't know. Who am I to judge?
Yeah, agreed. But anyways, let's just keep it going. Uncle Tony, good luck. On to our next story. Now, we're talking mega evil corporations. Okay,
sorry, no,
I don't know. Well, what am I going to say? It's definitely one of my not favorite organizations. But Nestlé. Ew. Is battling Thai court over Nescafé ban amid legal dispute. That's right. Nestlé, everybody's favorite company, is battling a Thai court's temporary ban on the production, sale, and import of Nescafé, stemming from a legal dispute with its former joint venture partner, the Mahagitsiri family, The conflict arose after Nestlé ended its licensing deal with Quality Coffee Products Company Limited, but unresolved issues led to a court injunction on April 3rd. Nestlé argues the case involves intellectual property and should be handled by a specialized court, not the Minburi Civil Court. The next hearing is set for June 20th, leaving Thailand's coffee drinkers uncertain about their, favorite brew. Come on, we can do better than that, can't we? Anyways, this is a weird thing. Nescafé is huge here. Very well recognized brand. Like you see it. People drink it all the time, all over the place here in Thailand because it's a good, cheap coffee drink. But who actually has the rights to that brand? Seems strange to me that it's not just Nestle, but the dispute is ongoing, and we might get some answers in the future. How do you feel about Nestle, though? Please let me know in the comments.
Yeah. I mean, you have strong opinions about Nestle. I mean, is it just because they're a giant corporation who cut corners?
They do all sorts of nasty stuff about water. Like, the CEO of Nestle has come out and said that that drinking water is not a right. It is a privilege. So, I think we all need water, so I don't like...
So is it safe to say that we can't find Nestle mineral water at your home?
Definitely not, no.
Okay, there we go.
Although I'm not sure if I consume any of their subsidiaries because they do own pretty much everything. It is difficult to avoid. So,
what's your choice of water at home?
I like to do Ara.
Oh, nice.
Ara's one
from
of my
Chiang Mai, by the way.
Yeah, or the other one, Crystal. Crystal's my
Crystal's tasteless, man.
It's okay. It's better. Anything's better than Singa. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Sing water is a bit.
Nasty.
My preferred go-to. Yeah, I love Ora. My preferred go-to is either Montfleur, good. Or Minere.
These are the high-end ones. Yeah, very nice.
High-end ones. No, I think the high-end ones in Thailand are like Evian and Perrier.
Those are imported.
Because of the tax. Yeah,
that's it. Fiji, baby. That's my favorite water. Fiji's fantastic.
That's when you know you're high so.
Also, very controversial Fiji. So not without their controversies, but damn good water, I do have to say.
Probably owned by Nestle. All right, moving on. Our next story, ladies and gentlemen, talks about foreign tour guides use bribes to skirt Thai tourism laws. We've been talking more and more about foreign tour guides lately, but Thailand's tourism sector is under threat from illegal foreign tour guides who bribe officials to bypass regulations. Now, operating in hotspots like Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, and Chiang Mai, four of the main cities, many foreign nationals, especially from China, Russia, India, and Vietnam, exploit visa loopholes to run unlicensed tour services. Around half of inbound tour firms are suspected nominee businesses, allegedly foreign-owned but masked as Thai. Despite crackdowns, bribes allow many to continue unchecked, and the Professional Tourist Guides Association urges stricter visa policies and enforcement to protect the local industry and ensure fair competition. Now, tour guides is one of the jobs that foreigners are not allowed to do.
Right. Supposed to be very, very protected, but also at the same time, like there's all these parallel economies that have set up, like Russian and Chinese, right, that are servicing those massive tourism populations that are coming in. And apparently, the enforcement of it, or the enforcers, I should say, they're a little happy to take some tea money and look the other way, apparently. So, leaves the Thai
just
tour
their
guides in
uncle.
the lurch.
Like your uncle to these 30 people? Yes, they're my family. Who are you to judge me? Huh?
Indeed, yeah. It's
my parents loved each other.
Yeah, they brought all the cousins with them. Yeah, so. Anyways, still no end in sight to this particular issue, and it's leaving the Thai tourism guides in the lurch, unfortunately. All right. Anyways, I like that Erwan agrees with us. Single water sucks. It sure does. It just tastes like dirty. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Let's stop bashing
allegedly,
companies.
Alex. Allegedly, it's a
Because to
giant
me,
corporation.
I'm allowed to
all
have
right?
an opinion, aren't I?
It's a giant corporation.
I'm not defaming it.
Sing
I'm just
water is
saying
not for
my
you.
opinion.
I like Sing. Sing has a lot of money.
I like Sing is my go-to beer here, but I can't.
I don't know
advertise
about
that,
the beer,
can I?
but anyways.
Well, it's, yeah, for the standard one, it's what I go to. I like their matte finish on their
Chang
cans.
man.
Chang, no, can't do that, man. But I also like their matte finish as well.
Can I say one thing before
What's
we
up?
move on?
Of
I'm
course.
so upset at what Chang did. Chang used to be the strongest beer in Thailand.
Oh, yeah?
And it used to exclusively market itself, especially in places like Europe and UK. They used to even sponsor Everton Football Club.
Ooh.
And it used to be like 7% alcohol
Ooh.
compared to Sing and Leo, which were like at around 4.8 to 5. And Chang changed their beer, their entire formula and the strength of it to compete with these two. And I say nay, because
Nay.
it used to be a lot more delicious back then.
That would have been.
And now it's just mainstream beer, like, you know.
just like all the other ones, huh? Yeah. This
It used to be known as the laborer beer, because if you were working in labor, you'd have Chang because it's stronger beer. You get a
Right.
you get a better high. Sorry, yeah, that has nothing to do with our news. I just wanted to complain.
Yeah, like Red Horse. Red Horse is the
Yeah.
Filipino one. They're 7%, something like that. Yeah,
That's how it
it's a
should
thing.
be.
Oh well,
It's
say
a
that.
man's beer.
A man's beer, indeed. A working man's beer. Well, anyways, speaking of working men, apparently some of them might be out of a job soon,
Uh-oh.
especially the police. As guess what? Robocop. On the way here in Thailand, an AI police cyborg makes a futuristic debut at Songkran. That's right, Thailand debuted its Robocop AI Police Cyborg 1.0 at the Songkran Festival in Nakhon Pathom, combining cutting-edge tech with cultural celebration. Nicknamed Police Colonel Nakhon Pathom Plodpai, the robot is, it's not much of a nickname, the robot is equipped 360-degree cameras, facial recognition, weapon detection, and behavior monitoring. This is horrifying, maybe. It can track suspects, flag individuals on watch lists, and stream live data to a control center, enhancing security at large events. Festival goers were intrigued by the futuristic presence, which marks a bold step towards integrating AI into Thai law enforcement without dampering the festive spirit.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Me
You
neither.
must comply. What? I'm just walking. You must comply.
Yeah, it's like I can imagine getting confused by all the water guns everywhere. Like
Yeah.
weapon, like
Oh no.
yeah. Look, it went off without a hitch mostly, like, but yeah.
Weapon.
This is
Do not resist. I'm already on the floor. Do not resist.
drop it. Like yeah. Anyways,
I mean, you can't help it. Hollywood has just made you have this subconscious fear that AI will eventually take over and kill you and control you.
Yes, and yeah. Here's one
Everyone-
step into
yeah.
this brave new world.
Everyone thought that Big Brother was a man.
Yeah.
It was actually AI.
Yeah, the whole time making
And
sure
his
we're
name was
behaving ourselves.
Stephanie.
Oh, God, you got that song stuck in my head now. I call her something else. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You call her Stephanie. I call her Ebony. Okay. Anyways,
say
moving
that?
on. Moving on. To, what is this new show become?
Yeah,
News show.
sure.
Moving on. Phuket records 0 road deaths during Songkran's 7 dangerous days.
Woo.
Some good news, ladies and gentlemen, coming from the south of Thailand. Phuket has reported 0 road deaths so far during Songkran's 7 days of danger. Now, despite 38 accidents causing 39 injuries, including tourists from several countries, most incidents involved motorcycles with speeding and drink driving as key causes and poor helmet use noted. On April the 16th alone, 4 people were injured in crashes across Mueang and Katu districts. Authorities credit heightened enforcement and awareness efforts and continue to urge caution as post-holiday travel increases. With the campaign ending at midnight April 17th, Phuket's streak of 0 fatalities remains a standout success across Thailand. So, look, it is an island, but it is a very populated and popular island. So, well done to Phuket so far.
Yeah. I mean, they made it through. They made it through. That's a big congratulations, I think. I think one of the main causes for that is the bumper-to-bumper traffic, so nobody could go fast enough to actually do any damage to themselves. But I think that's just good news. So congratulations, Phuket, for figuring out policies that made sure everybody was safe during the Songkran festival.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, anyways, guys, that'll do it for our Thailand section of the news. We are going to get into the ASEAN section, but first, we're going to hear a word from our sponsor, Tan. And we're back.
Hello, we're back.
Yeah. Thank you, EC Markets, for sponsoring the show.
Oh, man, I'm refreshed.
Indeed.
I was going to play a song, but I'll wait for later.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, we do got to move because we got some work to do after the show. But so our first story, guys, in ASEAN is we're off to Cambodia, where China's President Xi Jinping is reaffirming Cambodia as a priority in Chinese regional strategy. That's right. During Xi Jinping's 2-day visit to Cambodia, the Chinese president declared Cambodia as a priority in China's neighborhood diplomacy, reaffirming strong bilateral ties. Xi praised the country's partnership on the Belt and Road Initiative and their shared stance on international fairness, whatever that means. He pledged unwavering support for Cambodia's strategic autonomy and development path and outlined plans to deepen cooperation under the China-Cambodia Diamond Hexagon framework. Fancy. Xi's visit is expected to yield multiple bilateral agreements, though details remain undisclosed, marking a significant step in strengthening regional ties and geopolitical collaboration. So the charm tour continues as Xi Jinping is sort of taking advantage of the ongoing tariff situation from America to step in and try to increase its own influence, particularly amongst the Southeast Asian neighborhood. So China will have a lot more difficulty increasing its friendship with countries like Japan and South Korea that have like a long-standing disputes with China over territory historically. And also, Japan and South Korea have much stronger ties with America. But Southeast Asia seems to have much more of a neutral stance that allows them to be open to more influence dealing from a country like China. So, the tour continues, and Xi Jinping is trying to make the most of it, it appears.
All right. Well, no comments on Xi. I'll move on for now. We're going to move on to our next story regarding elderly woman in Seoul rescued after 18 hours trapped on a balcony.
Dramatic.
A 70-year-old woman in Seoul was rescued after being trapped on her apartment balcony for 18 hours. She'd stepped out to water her plants when the door locked behind her, leaving her stranded in the cold with no way back inside. Now, unable to alert neighbors due to street noise, she tied clothes into a makeshift rope and dangled it from the balcony as a distress signal. Police spotted the signal and rescued her the next day. The incident, which occurred on April the 9th, was officially reported on April the 15th.
Huh. Yeah, it's a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
But, look at this. It's like a prison escape. Just trying to get out.
It's like Rapunzel, but with blankets.
Indeed. Terrifying stuff. Especially for an old lady, 70 years old.
It can happen, man.
In the cold. And then, it's one of those things. You think you're in an apartment building where there's lots of people around. You should be able to scream and shout, and somebody should hear you. Nobody did.
It's Easter. People go on holidays.
Yeah.
This might be the weekend. People are not there.
Yeah. Terrifying stuff.
They might see it. They might hate you because you're the old grumpy lady from upstairs.
Quit making noise. She needs help.
It's like, no.
Fortunately, they found her.
Yeah.
So it's good on the authorities. I love it. Happy ending there.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, more political news in Southeast Asia. Sorry, got an itch. Russia has denied an airbase deal with Indonesia, but slams the AUKUS submarine pact. That's right, Russia has denied seeking access to an Indonesian airbase while defending military ties with Jakarta and criticizing Australia's AUKUS pact. The controversy began after reports claimed Moscow aimed to station long-range aircraft at Papua's Manhua base. Indonesia's defense ministry insists no such request was made and reaffirmed its non-aligned foreign policy. Russia's ambassador neither confirmed nor denied the report, but stressed Air Force cooperation and downplayed regional threats, blaming U.S. and Australian military activities. Meanwhile, Australia's government and opposition are trading barbs over how the intelligence has been handled amid the political fallout. While Putin is in Indonesia, they have been shaking hands, and a lot of people are wondering, okay, what is the ultimate goal about going down there and trying to increase its relationship with Indonesia, particularly because Indonesia has strong relations with a country like Australia, who is Western aligned, and they seem to be being very secretive. Like the ambassador's like, I don't know, maybe not, I'm not sure. Don't know.
A great accent.
Thank you for my
Is
Russian.
that your Indonesian accent?
That was
What
my
was
Russian. Yeah. Hello. I don't know. I'm just the ambassador. How should I know?
Yeah, mine's more Stallone Russian for some reason.
That's not.
No, I know, but it's like
Stallone beats up the Russians.
Alexei.
Yuck.
Alexei.
If he dies, he dies. That's Drago. Anyways,
If he dies.
a bit of a weird story, and obviously Russia not known for its transparency on issues like this. I don't know.
Never
It's
heard
weird.
Igor talk in a Russian accent.
He does his best to
He's a
try
fake
and step away
Russian.
from it. Yeah, it's true.
He's a fake Russian. He's an international man.
Yeah, that's every time someone asks him where he's from. This is my friend Igor, who is Russian, and he just left, sadly. But everyone asks him, where are you from? And his first response is like, well, I was born in Russia.
But I'm an international man.
Yeah, he doesn't like to say that. But in any case, well, that'll do it.
Yeah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are some of the stories from across Thailand. You can find more stories on thetiger.com. If you'd like to join in the conversation, then you can visit
ASEANnow.com.
That's Thailand's largest English news forum. Did you know that? And yeah, that's it. Please subscribe. Please, if you are in Phuket, head to this guy's show.
Quick plug here at the end. I have 4 shows in Phuket on Bangla Road. So it will be at all-time high on Bangla Road, which is just behind New York Bar.
Friday night.
Friday night. Tonight. Tomorrow night.
Comedy will knock you out.
Exactly. So 4 shows. One starting at 8 o'clock and 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. It'll be me, Phil Koo, who runs the scene down in Pact.
I love me some Phil Koo.
Phil Koo will be there.
Does Phil Koo know I'm a fan?
Yeah, yes, he does. He just went super viral, by the way. I got to show you his video. That just went super viral.
Good.
Yeah, he's got more than 500,000 views.
I want him to know I was a fan before he went viral.
Nice. Yeah, I got to show you the video.
I need you to emphasize the fact that I love Phil Koo.
I will. Let me finish the plugs. Hold on. Sorry. But yeah, the shows will be on at 8 o'clock, 10 p.m. tonight, April 18th, tomorrow, April 19th. Come check it out. Tickets are like a few hundred baht. I can't remember. They come with a drink or something smokable if you prefer. And it's limited seats, only about 30 seats for this show. So we're just trying to make sure that the room is super full.
Yes.
But come stop by, hang out, and have a laugh with us. And then finally, don't forget to follow the Thaiger everywhere else. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. You'll see content that you don't normally see here on the YouTube channel. For now, let's hop into the comments for 2 seconds before we go.
There we go.